Welcome to the Writer Reads Flash Fiction episode 16. Today's story is science fiction called The Flight of Edmond Hask. "But you promised," the little voice wailed. "No, I didn't," Edmund said, firming his lips into a hard line. "It's not fair." "Life isn't." "When do we get to see Mommy again?" The question stopped him in his tracks. Life really wasn't fair. They'd been walking for 3 days and they were never going to see their mum again. Or their dad. Not alive, at least. Edmund turned and knelt down in front of his little sister, placing a hand on each of her shoulders. "Mum's dead, Tara. You mean we won't get to see her again?" "No." Ed swallowed hard against the lump in his throat, squeezed his eyes shut against the tears, pulled his little sister close as she began to cry. When he sensed movement, he kept Therese in the circle of his arms and lifted his palm from her back, ordering their pursuers to stop. To his surprise, they did, watching patiently as the little girl wept. After a minute, Ed stood, keeping his sister close and taking her hand. The hunters around them had been chasing them since shortly after the shuttle crash. He did not expect mercy from them now. "You've led us a merry dance," their leader said, annoyance in a face that might have been chiselled out of the grey-brown rocks around them. Edmund held Tara close and returned the hunter's look with a stone-faced stare. The hunter stared back until his team started to stir restlessly, and with one final glare he pursed his lips. "Well, at least you had the sense to run towards help. We won't have so far to travel to get back to base." Edmund didn't respond, but shifted his gaze from the man's face to what he wore. This time he noted the uniform, the insignia of the very people he'd been trying to find, realized these weren't the ones responsible for shooting the shuttle down. The hunt captain waited, watching understanding slowly dawn on the young man's face before he spoke again. "You are one hard man to rescue, Edmond Hask."